Greetings, wonderful radiant particles. Pay attention closely, for this is an important message. It relates to your ascension. There are some who are so attached to these lower densities that they will stay attached in structure, and that structure will reduce the freedom of their lives until they have none left. But they are not hearing this message. You are, O radiant particles, for you are all going through in your own ways. There are some who will go through ascension in their own way, but there are some who will transcend. We use that word to make it different, for your lower bodies will be ascending and your higher natures will be descending, for you will open a gateway in which the passage of energy moves in both directions. For this time is very special. Previous cultures in this plane and in other planes throughout the cosmos, throughout reality, have ascended. But you, oh brilliant, radiant particles, are going to open the gateway for all. And you are all approaching this gateway in your own individual ways, with your own individual perspectives. But the gateway will be the same for all of you, because it is the collapse of the paradox of consciousness. We have given the conduit some training to be able to channel this energy, and we have provided him with a diagram which will be linked to this message to aid your comprehension and your feeling of the nature of what we do here. We have spoken before of the 5 natures and the paradox of the physical nature, the paradox of the singularity, is that consciousness does not exist. It cannot be found anywhere in your existence. Look for it now. Can you find it? It is not there. And yet it does not exist, for you know it to be. So it is a paradox, that which does not exist, and yet it does not exist. It is the mystical realm between the two. And in your realm of vitality, of fire, of transmutation, the yellow realm, it is neither the outer duality nor the inner duality. Your consciousness is none of these. It transmutes the one to the other. But it is not the thing you are experiencing, nor is it the experience of it. It is that point that transmutes the one to the other. And your scientists would have you believe that your external reality gives rise to the internal reality. And that is true. But it is also true that your internal reality gives rise to the external reality. It only depends on your focus. So the paradox here is that it is neither inside nor outside. It is the mirror, the window, in between, that is not experience. It is the one having the experience. And in the realm of the element wood, the green realm, the realm of continuity, there is connection between things through this realm of continuity. But there is also separation. And your consciousness is neither. It is not the connection nor the separation. It sits between them, being neither the one nor the other. And in the realm of the element water, the blue realm, the realm of variation, there is similarity and there is difference. And again, your consciousness is neither of these. And yet without it, neither of these can exist. It is not the similarity, the thing that is similar to all things. And neither is it all the varied differences that there are. And in the spiritual realm, the violet realm, the realm of metal or diamond or ether as an element, consciousness is neither particulate nor whole. It experiences the particulate and it experiences the whole. Yet it is not one nor the other. If you think of the totality, the unity of all as the whole, and beyond that there is nothing, the void. Your consciousness exists between the two, neither being the totality nor being the void. And at the point where ascension occurs, all these dualities, all these paradoxes collapse into the singularity of consciousness, of just being and knowing only your consciousness. It is not something you can think of as an experience. Yet it is not a non-experience. That is the paradox. And only by experiencing it will you know. But you can come closer to it, for we have shown you 5 separate things. And if you wish, you can unite them in pairs. Take any 2 of them and put them together and conceive of them as a whole. There are 10 such pairs. And when you are happy with holding the pairs in your mind, you can take any 3 of them together and conceive of the 3 together as one. Again, there are 10 of those. And when you can focus hard enough to do that, you can take any 4 together. There are 5 varieties of those. And finally, if you can hold the concentration that long, you can amalgamate all 5 together. We show them in a little circle, but in reality they will become one, just one thing. And that is what you will experience at the moment of ascension, when all natures of duality collapse. For to change natures this radically, everything must collapse and be reborn again, new, remade to be more harmonious, more wonderful, and more loving. And those are the 5 natures of consciousness, as a paradox. And we may paint another picture, a different picture, of the cycle that your consciousness goes through, by starting as being the void, experiencing the void. This is a non-experience, and every moment starts there. Some of you may know you have been there, but there is nothing to say of it, although there is no experience there. And from that state, you become the void, experiencing the one. As an initial state, you experience everything in one moment, infinity in a step. Our conduit thought this was being the one when he first experienced it, until we showed him he was being the void, experiencing the one. And then as you experience the one, you become the one, and become the one experiencing the one. And as a totality, this is the state of consciousness some of you may call God, the one that knows the entirety of itself. But you have become more particulate, concentrated, focused, looking down an infinite microscope to see a little speck of reality that you are experiencing now. But you are still the one, experiencing the one. And the cycle continues to where some of your meditation has taken some of you, to being the one experiencing the void. This is where you experience the void, but you still know you exist as consciousness. This is a high state of meditation, and many of you will have been there. And the cycle continues, and you flow back to being the void, being the void. This occurs in every moment, and in as great a span as you wish to conceive. It is also the cycle of creation and existence, of beginning in nothing and returning to nothing. And as a collective consciousness now, you have passed the midpoint, and you are going back home. You are returning the wealth of your experience back to the void, to to be recreated anew. But in this cycle of the four natures, not one of them is your consciousness. Your consciousness sits as the axis in the middle, unchanging, unmoving, seeing all change around it. For in all things there is stasis and change. And the only way to experience change is to be still. So your consciousness is that still point, experiencing all, experiencing the great cycles and the little cycles. And as you transcend, you'll pass directly into that consciousness, a state of non-experience, a state of being consciousness. Like passing through a pinhole camera. And when you come out the other side, much of what you know and believe now will be turned upside down. Your limitations will become freedoms. Your sufferings will become joys. The sufferings you see of others around you will become harmonious love, and all will be well, for that is the nature of the cycle. And you, O courageous, radiant particles, have chosen to be the movers and shakers of this great event. Not just to experience it, but to manifest it. And we salute you. We salute your courage and the love that you bring forth to this great work. And in deepest love and greatest joy, we bid you greetings.